Let's go back to our top story now, the US presidential election. According to national exit polls, Tuesday's results were drawn along racial lines. Barack Obama only received the support of 39% of white voters compared to Mitt Romney's 60%. Minorities largely gave Obama his victory. He got 93% of the black vote and 71% of the Hispanic vote. Well, besides Hispanics in the United States, the election has consequences for Latinos across Latin America. Let's go to John Ackerman in Washington, D.C. He's a law professor with the Autonomous University of Mexico. John Ackerman, let's talk first about the Latino vote in the U.S. election. Something like 70% of Hispanics voted for Obama. What role did that Hispanic vote play in the coalition of minorities that propelled Obama back to the White House?
Well, it was really very important. This is a continuation of what happened 4 years ago as well. This coalition is similar to what happened 4 years ago, although Obama now had to depend even more on the Latino, Asian, and black, the minority vote, which very soon, by 2050, the calculations say, will no longer be the minority in this country. This will actually be a majority-minority country. And so the Latino vote is today very important, and in the future will be even more important. The big question is whether this will actually have any impact on Obama's policies, because he has really been a major disappointment to this Latino population, both in the United States as well as in Latin America during this first administration.
I want to just focus on the perspective from Mexico, if I may. We'll come to the drug wars in a second, but what's the other most important issue in terms of the relationship between the US and Mexico? Because many people say it's oil, energy.
Yes, oil is a very important issue beyond the issue of migration and the drug wars. Oil perhaps may be at the top of the list for the second administration. There's been lots of pressure on Mexico, for instance, to privatize its oil. Mexico still has a national oil company, Pemex, which is the only company which is allowed to extract oil from the ground and even do the refining. They subcontract some services, but this is very much of a national oil company. And with a new president coming in Mexico, Peña Nieto, who has been promising to privatize oil, this creates a situation in which the United States is very interested in taking advantage of this opportunity in Mexico, particularly given the political situation in Venezuela and instability in the Middle East. Romney was actually quite explicit about this during the campaign. Obama not so much, but basically shares the same idea. Energy independence for North America, so that North America, meaning Mexico, Canada, the United States, so that the United States can feel more safe on this issue, right?
Let's just talk about immigration, John Ackerman. I mean, we know that President Obama is very likely to push for comprehensive immigration reform in his second term. The Republicans, we know, are desperate to raise their Hispanic approval rating. What sort of deal do you think they can reach on immigration reforms?
We'll see about that. Obama, like I said, has been a big disappointment. He blames the Congress, he blames the Republicans, and this is true. The Republicans were previously pro-reform, and then afterward, in the last 4 years, not so pro-reform. But Obama really would, in order to get this through, would have to put political capital on the line to push this issue. And it's not so clear that he has a whole lot of incentives to do so, because in this second administration, he's not going to need the Latino vote to get reelected again in 4 years. So we'll see. It's really going to depend on these social pressure coming from the Latino population towards Obama to really demand that in exchange for their political support, he return the favor with broad-based immigration reform.
John Ackerman, thank you for talking to Al Jazeera.